Hello guys, today we have opinion essay, agree stroke disagree. So let's get started on how we can really tackle such a question. Here we have many people today feel that attention spans are becoming shorter due to the prevalence of social media. Do you agree or disagree? And also have here a common question. Give reasons for your answers and include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. Write at least 250 words. So to answer such a question according to what examiners love, we would have to first of all first plan and then write and then lastly check our essay. So let's first, the first step in planning, we need to first identify the question type. Is it an opinion essay, a discussion, or advantage or disadvantage? Is it a problem and solution, or a cause and effect? The last three are more of situational questions. Here we have an opinion essay. So here they're asking us, do you agree or disagree? So after understanding that, we really need to go ahead with the second step. We already identify the question type, and then the second step is to do what we call question analysis. We really need to first analyze. We need to first analyze the question. What is the question really asking us? Here they say many today feel that attention spans are becoming shorter due to the prevalence of social media. So meaning that the key prompt here is prevalence of social media. It's not social media but prevalence. Prevalence is like the predominance of social media. So now after understanding this, we need to tailor our introduction to this so that we keep away from irrelevance. Yes, as irrelevant ideas will lead us to attaining a band 5, you can imagine. So after gaining our key prompt, so right here we also have our questions, which is do you agree or disagree? And that's number one. And also they're asking us give reasons for your answers. Those are explanations and examples from your knowledge or experience. And then the last question, the third question, is write at least 250 words. So under agree or disagree, we need to really include with that we are on one side. Most IELTS teachers tell us that to pick partial sides, which I really do not recommend. It's better off you really pick one side, because it's not all about the ideas or which side you are. It's more of expressing yourself in English. So you really need to keep everything specific to the topic. So without further ado, let's now go ahead with the third step. The third step is idea generation. So with idea generation, we need to avoid things like brainstorming. No, just ask yourself, if you go out to the street and you ask this question to many people, which ideas would they give you, all answer would they give you? So just make sure you really give out the most obvious ones. Stay away from trying to be complex or the most interesting ideas. No, we only want ideas which are relevant, and then expressing them in formal English. So first of all, me personally, I've chosen the side of agreeing, because it's basically obvious. Even if you go out on the street and ask people, it's obvious that people's attention spans are becoming shorter each and every day. So just now you just need to go ahead and ask yourself, which two reasons can you really give, and each reason is going to have its own paragraph. So here I said constant distractions, and then reason number two as to why they are becoming shorter due to social media is because of instant gratification on these social media platforms. And then the third idea was short form content. becoming developed, all being introduced onto these social media platforms. So out of these three ideas, I decided to pick two, which is constant distractions and instant gratification. So after organizing my idea, am I just going to start writing? No, I need to really pick up the format of agree or disagree opinion essays. And what is it? So you need to first of all kick off with the introduction, and then body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and then finally the conclusion. So under the introduction, we'll definitely straight away paraphrase the question. There's no need to do background statements like social media is about what the history of social media. No, just start by paraphrasing the question prompt. And what is it? That many have shorter lifespans, to the prevalence of social media. So after paraphrasing, you need to right away state your opinion, because it's agree or disagree question type, and thereby summarize or introduce your ideas in summary. That's introduction, as you can see. And then let's move on to body paragraph 2. Will be all about the topic, the explanation, and then the example. You might also add on the effect or counter argument, or link it up to the main topic. But to make everything simple, you could just give the topic idea or topic sentence, then the explanation, finally the example from your own experience or knowledge. So the same applies to paragraph 3 or body paragraph 2, and then finally we have the conclusion, whereby you're not going to introduce anything new. Most people will say that we'll think of recommendations, new ideas. No, this is not the time to put in new ideas. No, just restate your position, and then finally you summarize or paraphrase the two ideas which you had mentioned earlier. So first, recap the planning process. First of all, you have to identify the question type. First of all, secondly, you do your analysis of the question, the keywords, and so on, and then the idea generation, and then finally structure your planning according to the essay. Different essays have, or different question types have, their structure plans. So without further ado, we are done with planning. Now let's move on to writing, and then after writing we shall let's go. So here we have our introduction. There is growing concern that the widespread use of social media is contributing to a reduction in attention spans among users today. Now this is paraphrasing the question. Yes, if on the contrary, if you could just check our question on how it is, and right here it's paraphrased. So social media, basically you really can't paraphrase this, it's the keyword. But otherwise, reduction in attention spans, here they said attention spans are becoming shorter. So here they said many, and then we said among users today. So that's the statement being paraphrased. You don't need to write background. Social media is common today. History, no need for that. So let's move on to thesis statement, whereby you literally answering the main question. Do you agree or disagree? And here I said, I believe that social media creates constant distractions which disrupts focus. That was our main idea. One. Secondly, the emphasis on instant gratification diminishes users' capacity to direct their attention appropriately. So those are our two ideas brought in the introduction. There's no need to expand them right now. Otherwise, all the parts are really answered according to our plan. So that's why planning is very important. So without further ado, now let's move on to body paragraph 1. So we shall leave a space to show that we've now moved to the next paragraph. So in this paragraph, we shall talk about the first point, which was constant distractions. So here, constant distractions from social media notifications significantly contribute to the shortening of attention spans. So that's like what we call the point statement. So we've just placed the point there, and now we're gonna go ahead with the explanation and finally the example. So here is the explanation. Every alert from a social media app draws the user's attention away from the more focused activities, fragmenting their concentration. This frequent interruption conditions the brain to expect and crave short bursts of information, thereby diminishing the capacity for prolonged focus. So this explanation, we imagine that the reader is a lay person. They know nothing about social media, and we are, trying to elaborate everything in details and giving the effect, and then linking it up with the main point. So you really need to really explain as much as you can in the explanation while being formal. Yes, there's no need to be casual in writing. Finally, the example. So here we go. For example, research shows that the office workers interrupted by electronic communications were less productive and produced work of lesser quality than those who could work uninterrupted. So when giving examples, you could start with, for example, such as to give an example of this. So you really need to give a range of your vocabulary, of your topic related vocabulary. So here we are saying research shows. The people who say that a study conducted by the university in 1986 by some professionals. Remember, you need to keep away from anything that's irrelevant. When you're writing these essays, you need to read back to the question back and forth so that you make sure that you are relevant. So yes, otherwise here we say that interrupt by electronic communications. Instead of saying social media app again, we said electronic communications. So we need to vary. Electronic communications is not a hard word, it's not a difficult word, but you just need to have that topic related vocabulary. So we are done with the body paragraph 1. So now let's go to paragraph 3. So the same formula, topic, sentence, the explanation, and the example. So here we started with furthermore, which is a discourse marker. So let's continue. Furthermore, the design of social media caters to instant gratification, which erodes the ability to engage in tasks that require sustained attention. So this was the topic sentence. So it was more of instant gratification. Social media bringing about that virtual instant gratification. So here is explanation, all detailing and detailing the topic sentence or the idea. So social media platforms are engineered to provide immediate rewards in the form of likes and subscribers, which satisfy users' desires for quick responses. This setup encourages scrolling behavior, skipping from one piece of content to another without taking the idea to deeply engage with any single one. So this is the explanation. So they were trying to, or I was trying to, go into the nitty-gritty of the idea which I had brought in. So I mentioned of likes and subscribers, which is a topic related vocabulary to social media. Yes, you might say, oh, how come you were kind of informal? No, this is topic related vocabulary. So and I went ahead with the effect. This setup encourages scrolling behavior, skipping one piece of content to another. Content is also topic related vocabulary. So now let's move on to the last section, which is the example. A visible manifestation of this is seen in the rapid consumption of TikTok videos or YouTube shorts, where content is typically under a minute long and is designed to engage or entertain immediately, reinforcing quick attention behavior. So this was the example, and another way of expanding or giving a wide range of vocabulary. Here I said the visible manifestation. I would have said for example. So you see, yes, and yes, I repeated content, but again, that's more of topic vocabulary. It's not over repeated. So members, that's my body paragraph 2 or paragraph 3. So now let's move on to the last, which is the conclusion. Remember, the conclusion is very tricky. Nothing like bringing new ideas. Alright guys, the conclusion is all about restating your opinion as well as summarizing the previously written ideas in the previous paragraphs. So now let's first peruse through. In conclusion, it is evident that social media plays a substantial role in reducing attention spans through its promotion of constant interruptions and its reliance on instant gratification. Yes, so this is a whole summary of what's already mentioned in the previous paragraphs. Yes, so which definitely supports my opinion of agreeing with the question prompt. So once again, here is the question. Please pause and read through. And then here is the answer, is the full band, I don't know, band 8 plus essay. Yes, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've learned something from this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more informative content.